Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. It is 11:13 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour, and we are multi-streaming tonight on YouTube and Twitch. This is a special edition. Is everybody okay? Good evening, Stooge on Twitch, Janie Angel. Hi guys, how are you doing? Daisy Chains, Dolphin Smile. We've got Zizi in the house. Are you coming over here to say hi to everybody? Dolphin Smile, Katie Taball, Stooge, Jenny Wren, Aloish. Oh, thank you. So, I want to say good afternoon. Hiya, Border Collie. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning, wherever you all are around the world. We are going to, tonight, look into just the UK. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because things are boiling up over here. And I need to, I'm just gathering back my energy. Because obviously I've been going through a lot. And you're going to be seeing more videos coming out on YouTube. The reason why I'm just going to cover, it's not just going to be one sort of topic, but I'm going to be really delve deep tonight into the future of the UK. I think it's important, and I'm a Brit. And the reason I want to just do that tonight is because I'm not going to say names, but there's been a few psychics out there on YouTube what will take my information, say if I'm doing a 2-3 hour show, and they'll run with that and squash it in down to an hour video, 20 minutes, whatever, and say it's their information. So tonight I'm going to claim this as mine, whatever I'm going to be saying, okay? And this is the way I'm going to do it tonight. I wasn't going to multi-stream, but I just felt I needed to for yous. I'm in the middle of making something big for yous all, which will be going out on YouTube as a video. It's a bit like a documentary. And it's for, well, I don't want to say too much, but it's definitely, you'll enjoy it. And yeah, I want to say that expect more of it. It's just I've been gaining back my energy. Good evening there, Glinda. How you doing? Apologies I've never got back to you. And apologies to people I haven't got back to because I'm just always busy. Good evening there, Marina. And good evening from Zizi. Can you say hi? Yeah, she comes. Say hi. She's got a little jumper on for you guys. Say hi. Hi to everybody. The other one's she's very camera shy, the other one. So she's hiding away. But this is little Zizi, who's very, well, she just likes an audience. She does. She thinks everybody comes to see her. Will you get a holiday sweater for her? Possibly. I've been looking. The thing with Zizi is she's the sound operator, because sometimes she'll jump on the bloody computer and knock the sound off. And she's been known to knock streams off halfway through. So a cat, you know what, people who've got cats will know, cats will just do what they want to do. A dog will be obedient, but a cat will just bloody well do what they want to do. She's been quite a mysterious little girl tonight, aren't you? Do you want to say hi to everybody? She's checking everybody out. Yeah? She's in a bit of a mood because we're not going to be talking about Trump. And she likes to talk about Trump, she does. Don't you? But you never know, he might come up amongst it all. Is that okay with you? Ish is hilarious. So the energies are so high at the minute, aren't they, guys? It's so heavy. I've been watching a lot of videos on UFO stuff. There seems to be a lot of strange activity going on at the moment. Do you like a little sweater? Oh, thank you. Well, it's getting longer again. It's getting longer, definitely again. So I'm going to wait for some people to come on, and then for new subscribers coming in, I want to say a big hi and welcome to our little humble abode. And this is where we normally delve deep, don't we? And we when we do our shows and everything. But it's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church, and when I do live, so what I do is I invoke the 4 archangels in, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel and Raphael. And then if you need any healing or you need any prayers, you can write the name in the comments section or in the stream or in the comment section after the stream, and you will receive the healing and the prayers for protection. We all come together as a community because we're nearly all of our psychic and intuitive people in here anyway. So I do believe it's the power of prayer, and it really, really works. Everybody's welcome from whatever political spectrum you're on, religion. This is somewhere where we tend not to judge. We just all like to come together. And I can actually say, and I'm pretty proud of it, especially with the United States where you've got the Democrats and the Republicans, I've actually brought you both together, and there's not many people on this platform can say that, is there? Because we rise, don't we? We rise above it. We rise above it. And it's about raising the vibration. And I think the death of Charlie Kirk showed that, didn't it? Because there was even people on the Democrat side were shocked about what had happened to him. It's just horrible world that we're living in, and I do believe we're in some form of the book of the Revelation, or something's going on. And there's a lot of things to be exposed. I've got so much information to put out for you guys, and thank you for being so patient. I've if anybody new doesn't know what's been going on, I've just recovered breast cancer treatment. I'm all clear. It's all gone. It's just left us very depleted, and it's going to take time. But hey ho, it's the lesser of the two evils. I've got very sore feet. I can't hardly walk because I've got terrible neuropathy in my hands. What the hell's that on my hand? Yeah, I'm terrible when I wear makeup. But I tend not to try to grumble about it. I tend to try to keep upbeat about it. But yeah, I've got nerve damage, guys, from all the cancer treatments. But then again, I had 18 rounds of it. So what do you expect? You know what I mean? So I'm building myself up. I'm on some pure honey at the minute. I'm on all the pure natural stuff, you name it, I'm doing it just to build myself back up again. And I'm also trying to lose weight because the treatment put loads of weight on us. But I don't want to go on about that tonight. This is about me getting back on track. And before this happened to us, I was actually doing, I don't know if you can remember, I was doing three shows a week. Was it a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Sunday? And I mean, I would love to get back to that, but I think it's going to be more afternoon shows, and because I can't do too many late evenings because I've got a heavy work schedule. Oh, thank you, Mary. And plus as well, many people who know us on Twitch, because it's a bit like behind the scenes on there, which I'm going to get more into as well. It's I've got an autistic son who's hard going. Yeah, he's hard going. He lives with us, and but we all have fun together, don't we? But it's a bit like having a 6-foot baby bobbing about the house. You know what I mean? It's like he's hilarious. He's so funny. He's so intelligent. But yeah, he's high spectrum autism. So I've really been through it, and of course he's had his own problems as well. And I've never hidden this, So anyway, we're here now, and we're just going to make the most of it. You're in my back kitchen, and I've put the kettle on. I've made a nice cup of tea, and I'm just the girl what talks to the wall. And I am very concerned as a Brit of the way my country is going. And yes, I've touched upon it when I've done the world predictions, but tonight I really want to delve deep into it. I want to do some spying, some remote viewing, to see what's going on with our Prime Minister and everything that's happening. Hiya, Margaret. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm massively into herbalist stuff. There's a lot of people, Julie, who are suffering with affordability, the economy. Such a worry. Let me get my cup of tea. Yeah, we're living in very strange times, aren't we? Excuse me in a minute. I always do this. I come online and then I think I've got the heating on too much. I've had a lovely day today. I don't know what your day's been like, but a Sunday I always spend it with family, and I've been off grid. I've been up to my son and daughter-in-law's. They live off grid in a beautiful little cottage called Squirrel Cottage. Hiya, Bjorn. It's been ages. Are you all right in Iceland? So I've been off grid in a cottage in the woods, and it's just been lovely. And I felt really well. And I said to my daughter-in-law, and I said, because they don't have central heating, they've got one of them log burners, you know. I says, I wonder if it's the heating. I says, because I feel better when I'm up here without the central heating. Because it's not like false heat, is it? It's like when you're burning wood. But it was really, really lovely to be around nature and that. And see the little one. Squirrel Cottage. Yeah. In the log burner, it actually says it on the log burner. It goes back, I think it's 1800s. When they got it, it was run down and it was covered in ivy. And they had to pull all the ivy off it. They couldn't even see it. This quaint little cottage in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, I take them, Jackie. I take all the detox and stuff. But like I say, I've got no cancer. It's all gone now. So it's a case of building my immune system back up again. And the nerve damage. So if anybody's got any tips on nerve damage stuff, I've got a very good friend in Abu Dhabi. I don't know if he's watching Omar, but hi. And he said that he was going to send us some stuff on what to do with the feet. But yeah, I've got real problems with my feet. And I've got all these fancy boots and high heels and I can't wear them, guys. Has anybody else got that problem? So I'm walking around with flat boots on and that, do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I've heard about that strong oil. So Nettie here in the audience, Nettie Cole, asking for more healing for my grandmother with recent breast cancer. Oh, bless her, and she had a stroke as well. We will send her healing tonight there, Nettie. There's quite a lot of people suffering with back problems as well, isn't there? But just to clarify, because I know there's a lot of people putting stuff in here in the chat, I don't have cancer now. It's gone. It's gone. It's been eliminated. It's just the treatments that I had is left us very depleted. And yes, I could have gone down the natural route, and I did as well. I did the natural as well as the other, but because it was such an aggressive form I had, I wanted to go down that route. And I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I bloody well did it. Just got one more thing to face. I've got to face even when, but I'm not in no hurry, is to go and get a reconstruction operation. But I'm in no hurry at the moment, to be fair. I'm just recovering nicely here. Just sitting here nicely, contemplating everything, you know what I mean? And at least I can eat what I want now. I mean, when I was going through my treatment, I couldn't eat spicy food. I had to be very careful what I was eating and stuff like that. And I had this craving for lemons when I was going through my treatment. And the funny thing is, I was on all the self-help groups with other women who were going through the same thing, and they were all craving lemons, so I don't know what was going on there. Maybe it's a cancer treatment thing that you crave lemons. I really don't know, but I was obsessed with lemons going through it. But yeah, I'm very, very blessed that I came through it, you know. And I've lost a lot of friends through cancer and other things. And I want to say a big shout out to a lovely lady who has just recently gone, another friend since I've been on, and it was just last Thursday, was Tracy. And our kids are like, well, I've known them from being babies, and Hashem, my son, is like he's like my nephew, and I just want to say a big shout out to Hashem if you're watching this, and Shabana, our daughter, and our son, that your mum is at peace now. She's at peace now. And such a cruel world, isn't it? Such a cruel world. But and for people in this audience as well who are struggling and suffering, and I know Kay, if she's watching this, and Scott, and Scott and Kay. Scott is the son of Graham, who was always on here, and he was one of our moderators. He sadly passed, and yeah, and life goes on, but it doesn't. You don't forget them, do you? And Scott sent away a great picture this afternoon, which I did check out. Thank you, Scott, of astronomy, because that's what Graham was into. So he's obviously inherited all his dad's cameras and everything. And now Scott's doing amazing stuff and taking fantastic pictures of the galaxy and beyond. So I might show you some of his pictures. You'll have to send them to us, Scott and Kay, on Messenger or WhatsApp, and I'll show them on a show one night. But yeah, I just want to say we're all struggling to some degree, aren't we? It's okay, Jackie, you can say what you want. I never took the jab, and I'm going to say this, you know, when I went to get the treatment, obviously they check you. They keep checking you to see if you're all right, because it's obviously heavy drugs that I was taking. And they said to us, may we ask if you've ever had the jab, you know? And I said, no, I didn't take it. They said, fascinating. And I said, why is that? They said, because your immune system's remarkable. And it's probably what got you through. This is the exact words came from the doctor. It's probably what got you through the 18 rounds of treatment, is because you didn't take, you know, the jab. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder. Yeah. But, you know, I've got friends and family who did take the jab, and they're all right. I just think that everything's frequency, everything's energy. And with me being a healer, I just think that I bless everybody that they will be okay. And they will be okay. And but I've never been into stuff like that anyway, you know. I'm quite anti-vax. I am anti-vax. I mean, I've fought all this system from being a young woman, you know. My oldest son, I don't know if he's watching now, but he quite often says, Mum, he says, why didn't you get jabbed when we were little? I was like, because I just didn't believe in it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm quite known in the area for being that way anyway. Anyway, without further ado, everything is we are what we eat, Mary, isn't it? I just made some lovely soup. I'm into squash soup at the minute. I'm quite like making soups and smoothies and stuff like that. But yeah, when I'm up to it, because I do have problems sometimes with the neuropathy in the lymphedema, you know, so even chopping a carrot can sometimes hurt my hand. Does anybody else have that problem? Yeah, mushrooms are supposed to be good for arthritis, aren't they? My God, Jackie said here that her mum's onto her 7th or 8th. My good God. Dear God. So, let's find the bell. Seems like you all need healing. Food is our medicine, exactly. Oh, and I've got to say this. Oh my God, right? So, I've never had matzo balls before, right? It's a Jewish thing with, you make with a soup. And I made it the other night. I got the recipe of some Jewish woman, amazing Jewish woman on YouTube, and I thought I'm going to try this because it's supposed to be chicken soup and matzo balls. It's supposed to be the best medicine ever. Oh my God! I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. The soup was just on another level. So I'll definitely will be having more of that. Has anybody else had that before? Yeah. I'm terrible. I need to stop talking about soup. Marina says matzo ball soup is awesome. Oh yeah. Chicken soup, good for the soul. Excuse me. And this, and of course, you know, you can buy amazing things in shops as well. I just love soups. And sometimes I think you just have to do stuff like that, don't you, when the going gets tough. It makes, I think, when you're cooking a soup as well in the house, it just makes you, in your home, it just makes it like a home, doesn't it? When you can smell all the lovely aromas going through the house and that. Okay. Sit back and relax and let's form the circle of light. May peace be with you all. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my faithful spirit guides to come forth tonight to give us the true answers that we need in the healing, to form this circle of light for everybody in this circle, that they need the healing and the prayers of protection that is needed. Don't forget to sign your name or the person or the persons, animal, anything that you need healing or prayers for in the comment section of the stream, and you will receive the healing that you need. Healing for everybody. I ask also if this spirit would like to come forth tonight to give us two answers from the angel realm, the fairy elementals, aliens, telecommunication, on world, off world, as above and below. We are all protected with the blood of Jesus Christ. This circle of light is formed. So be it. Amen. Okay. I'm just going to go raw into this tonight. I've got my crystal ball. It's been quite gloomy and cold over here in the north of the UK. But there you go. It's typical British weather. Marina, that's so funny. Thank you, Louise. My new puppy is a handful. I bet very cute. You'll have to send us some pictures. Oh, I miss my dogs so much. I mean, don't get us wrong. I love my cats. They're absolutely darlings. But I don't care what anybody says. Your home is not a home without a dog. It's not. But it would be so unfair for me to get a dog at the moment, you know. It's, taking the dog for a walk for alone. It would just be so unfair. So for now, I've got the cats. Oh my goodness, we've got, is it Mary Jake or something? Needs healing for my peacock. Oh my God. Handsome peacock. Oh, the peacock's called Handsome. He was attacked by a coyote. Oh, definitely. God love him. That's the thing with nature, isn't it? I soaked my feet last night, Patricia. Sorry, guys, for going on about my feet. My porkies, I call them. I mean, they're not very becoming. I haven't got very nice feet, you know what I mean? And it did help. And I soaked them. It was some lovely oil. It had frankincense and myrrh in. And other things, lavender and all of that. But yeah, it was really, really relaxing. I'll have to do it again. There's so many different herbs and stuff that you can use, isn't there? I'm just loving all your lovely comments before we start. Oh, good morning in Japan. Still haven't heard from Hazeltine, so I'm going to have to reach out to Debbie to find out what's happened. I really don't know. Actually, I can't believe Sarah's just said that on Twitch. Tiger Balm. I used to get that. I'll have to get some. Magnesium oil, yes. Somebody said I could be low in vitamin B as well. I do use the magnesium flakes, and that, thank you, and that does help as well. Okay. So I'm going to go straight into it tonight and see what comes, okay? See what we get. Okay. Right. So as you know, there's a lot of stress going on at the moment. And I may be doing some remote viewing here as well. I'm just going to go with what I'm given, okay? So you know that I can't ask the crystal ball. It's just sheer scrying that I'm doing. But maybe it's a good thing. So we're just seeing what the crystal ball gives and what spirit gives tonight. So as you know, there's a lot of tension over here in the UK in this talk of this digital ID. Everybody's worried about it. I did cover it in a video, and if you haven't seen it, I'll check it out. I'll put it in the description afterwards of this show, and then you can check it out. It was not my last video, it was the video before. And it actually hit quite a lot of views, actually. I think I've got 70,000 views on it. So it did pretty well, and I've time-stamped it as well. But check it out afterwards. But anyway, looking here, I'm going to look deeper into it again. And I've talked about this new world, what's coming. Okay, we've got the new financial system coming in. There's a lot of change, and this is going to happen globally. And I've got the lion here, and the lion's like popping out of the crystal ball, and it's the heart of everything, okay? I mean, there's stuff going on in Europe and the US and all over, but I'm looking at here, we're covering the UK tonight, okay? And the lion here is angry. Now, I was watching a video somebody had sent us. It was Jacqueline, actually. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but hiya. And we need to have a catch up But she sent us this video on the head of, is it MI5 or MI6? I'll find the video and I'll link it, okay? And she says, what do you think of this guy? She says, do you think he's a black hat, a white hat, a grey hat? And I looked and I watched the video. I watched his interview where he was talking about terrorism and the state of the country and all of this. And was he called Dan or somebody? Does anybody know who I'm going on about? Anyway, in fact, I'm going to get it up. Give us 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. But I watched the video and I said to Jacqueline, and I'm telling everybody now, he's all hats. He's neither a black hat, a white hat, a grey hat. This man is all hats. Where's the bloody video gone? Oh, that's something on Marco Rubio. Oh, yes, okay. So it's MI5's chief. What's his name? And he talks about the threats as the Chinese spy row escalates, okay? I'm just going to turn this down because we don't want to get done for copyright. So I can get up the name of who he's called. He's called Sir Ken McCallum. All right, check him out. And he's done investigations and all of this, and he reckons that we're under threat. We're definitely under threat, okay? And there's been a rise of 35% in the past year. All right, this is what he reckons. And I thought, good God, I thought this man's got more important role, right, than Keir Starmer. And I was analysing him, because I do like body language stuff and all of that, you know, like sort of really scrutinising him and analysing him as a psychic. I'll just turn that off. And I felt that I didn't feel he was a bad guy. I felt that he was trying to say, in his own words, that there is technology out there far more advanced than we know, and that it was all going to come to a head. Okay, so we're heading into a new earth, and I've talked about this before, that the old system's going to fall, and then they're going to bring in this new technology and a new financial system, and it's going to be the new bridge of economy. The new financial system's going to come in, and it's going to be, I call it the new trade bridge. That's what I call it. And I felt like everything now, what escalates, what takes place in the United Kingdom between now and February, March of next year is going to be the core of the boil, of the abscess, what is about to explode with information to come out, what's going to be beyond what's about to happen. And I've talked about this since 2017, how there's going to be all cases, what's all going to come out, because there's a lot of cover-ups all happen at the same time. We are all being distracted, is the word. Massively distracted. So I feel there's been a lot of criminal activity, what's been taking place amongst governments within the UK. Okay, I'm not going to hold back here. Let me get comfortable. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let me get comfortable because of my foot. Let me get a cup of tea. And I do see Trump. As soon as I see that, she'll come running in. Wait for it. I see him sort of standing back. Because I don't feel he likes Keir Starmer. I really, really don't. Okay. But I feel whatever takes place with the tariffs, okay, is going to also help everything to fall, to change. Everything's where it needs to be. Everything. To bring in the new financial system. Okay. There's a big crack. And it's going all the way down the United Kingdom. And it's a crack of reality. And it's a breaking of the whole communication, everything. I hear roaring, and I'm hearing it's the Brits, and it's like the Saxons all rising, and the Roman heritage and the Viking heritage. It's all going to bring the English, the Scottish, the Welsh. It's all going to come out. It's on another level what's about to happen. I'm seeing heavy restrictions. I want you to remember this, okay? This is what I'm scrying to take place across the United Kingdom. And I'm hearing them coming from Keir Starmer's mouth. And where I feel there'll be heavy restrictions, there'll also be an event to take place to roll on after that, possibly 2 or 3. But one of them is going to be catastrophic. Remember, I'm tapping into a timeline here. And it is for entertainment purposes only. I've got to say that, okay? Because there's a lot of haters out there which would not like, well, just don't like us, basically. But I see possible timelines here. Okay. Right, so I'm seeing military planes going out. There's a lot to take place. And of course, you've got this massive cover of what's happening with Prince Andrew at the minute. And I believe, don't quote us, but I feel that there's going to be some heavy information what's going to come out by Tuesday or this week coming in to do with Virginia Giuffre. Is there something coming out that's been released that she did? But there's more information what's just been released, how there's been lies around Prince Andrew and how it's all been covered up. And obviously he's going to be, like lose his title and all of that. But there's going to be an uproar about where did this money come from. Watch for this across news outlets, morning television, all of this. Where's the money come from? That when he gave what he gave to Virginia, it's come from the taxpayers. It's come from us, we the people. Okay. So I just see him completely sort of out of the royal family. Yeah, I mean, he's not really in it now, really, but he's still got his titles, hasn't he? But I see him losing his title. I see more loss of titles here. Definitely. But I've always maintained that the royal family will carry on. But it'll be different. It'll be different into the future. When William takes throne, because that is the next thing to take place in the UK. So according to Sue here, I'm just sorry if I can't read all your information here. Sue Souza says that Virginia is releasing the book. All right, okay. Right. Right. There's some explosive information to come out and some shocks and scandals to come out around Parliament within the week to 10 days. Hold on to your hats, guys. It's really, really strange because I'm also feeling there's some shocks to come out around Trump as well. But it's like it's really weird, all right? I'm seeing it as sort of like a scene. And it's like Trump's standing there. He's not literally standing there and showing where, but he's standing there and he's going like, look at this and look at that. And it's like sort of metaphoric what I'm saying. It's like he's standing there in the background and doing things, and yet there's things being exposed along the way. It's really weird how it's done. there is old cases that has to come out which connects with the Epstein files. I'll say it again. There is old cases to come out which connects with the Epstein files. It's all interlinked. So Virginia DeFrey did pass away. So apparently it's a resume or something's been released. Something that the family or something's been released what she did. Yeah. So it's a book. Right, okay. It's really weird, but it's going to be scratching the surface, but it's also going to expose other things. I'm being shown submarines. And again, I'm being shown Ghislaine Maxwell, so maybe there's some big news coming out with her as well. And I'm also getting them words, the spy who loves me. I've always said that. It's all about the gold, you know. Everything's about the gold. It's all about greed and money. Everything's being covered up. Okay. So the new trade bridge is going to take place. We're all sitting on the edge waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to fall. But it's really weird how it happens. It's as if everything just drops and then everything just bounces back up again. It's going to have a word. But what takes place has never been done before. How quick it'll bounce up. And it's going to change trade for the future. Okay. I get the letters A, B and D. I know this sounds really cryptic when I'm giving you, but it'll all fall into place there. So yeah, there's a lot of things to fall. And it could affect the internet. It could affect power outages. But it's when it comes back on, it comes on different. Something's going to intervene, something's going to come in with a new technology. A new technology is going to come in. There could possibly be emergency broadcast situations, yes. So there will be a dreadful drop in the market, but then it's going to bounce back up again. Trade's going to go like that, and then all of a sudden it's going to go like that. It's really weird when I'm getting... As if that's interesting what the private channels put here. It's called a dead cat bounce. It's like that, yes. It's a saying, yes. But so the euro is going to be affected, the pound and the dollar. But I'm not so sure if the dollar is going to recover. Now, I'm not saying this to fearmonger or anything like that. But it's like that they'll use an excuse and blame Trump on it. That's what they'll do. But it was going to fall anyway. It was going to. They create situations to make situations happen. And what I'm going to talk about in my next video, which hopefully I'm going to launch this week, I'm going to be covering a lot to do with economy and stuff like that. It's something big that I'm doing, okay? But so there's a massive change to come into this world. We will be okay. I'm not one of them people, like one of them psychics what say all the banking systems are going to go down, and it's not going to be like that. It's going to be a fight for the fittest, and there's going to be certain banks which will join in with other banks. But I do believe that there is a new economy coming in. There is a new financial system coming in. And all I'm going to say on this matter is, until I get going with the other big thing that I'm doing, is gold back is being mentioned here, and it's massive. And I've had some insider information, that's all I'm going to say on the matter, all right, but with certain people. But I talk to certain people around the world who are well connected, and there is definitely something going on at the moment, okay, and they're waiting for something huge to take place. Just the other day, the taxi driver was telling us that all the banks, that they couldn't give people any money from the hole in the walls and stuff like this. I don't know if it was true or not, but this is what he was telling us. So there's something huge falling, but it's also going to expose a lot. It's going to expose a lot, all right? Getting back to the UK, on the surface, I see a lot of marches that take place. I see these words and they are so cruel. They're like cold and callous and steel. It's like he's steelified. He's what he's saying. It's like a dictator would say. And everyone is up in arms about this. And I don't know if we're looking into the end of the year or we're looking into next, possibly next. But the likes of these people are part of the old matrix. And the veil is so thin, it's like it's all been shown. It's shown everything. Yeah? So it has to happen. But what I want to say to Brits out there who are worried about the state of what's happening, he's there for a bit longer, and he's going to be there when there's 2 big, possibly 3 big announcements. But then he will fall, then he will come out, because he'll have no choice in the matter for what is about to be exposed. And I do believe his own people will vote him out or push him out. That's what I'm being shown. I've been shown Kemi's face. I can't think of her surname. She's the Tory leader. Is she the leader or somebody in the Tory party? Black lady politician. Is it, what's her name? What's her surname, guys? Badenoch? Is that how I pronounce her name? Kemi, anyway. And I'm unsure if we will go. I know there's a lot of people out there who want to be reform, Nigel Farage, but I'm unsure. What I do feel is we could go back blue again. Kemi could be the way for a short time. And yes, there's a lot of Brits, excuse my French, who are pissed off. They're very. But don't forget, I read for a lot of people around the country, not just the world, the country, our country. And I read for different nationalities, all right? I've got a lot of Polish and Ukrainians, what I hear, and, and the hard workers, and they're worried, because they don't want, if Nigel Farage gets in, that they could be shoved out. You know what I mean? And these lads that I talk to, and lasses, the hard workers, they haven't come in to take off the system. So there's a lot of people who have come here and worked hard to gain that British citizenship, and they don't want to be shoved back out again. And unfortunately, that's what could happen if Nigel Farage gets in. So I'm unsure. The veil is very thin there. And I do believe the summer of 26 will answer a lot. But I feel Kemi could well be our next Prime Minister. Now, I don't want to hate mail or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm not a Tory. I come from a Labour background, but I wouldn't say the people what at Labour at the minute are Labour. Do you know what I mean? But I like Kemi. I think she puts him in his place, the Prime Minister. She's straight to the point. She speaks truth. Maybe that's what the country needs. And could you imagine it? A black woman. However, we said there'll be a black woman in the United States as well. Maybe it's going to be the UK. But we've got Tim Potter in here. No, it will be Farage. Well, this is my channel, Tim, and I'm predicting. But what I'm saying is, I feel there'll be a twist with this. I'm not so sure at the minute if Farage will get in. I'm not so sure. Now, somebody was asking in the audience, and they were asking earlier on, and have they fiddled, somebody was saying, have they fiddled with the voting on the digital ID? Right? And yes, I want to say yes, there's a big window of yes. I think anything's possible. So I like what Julie's put there. Farage is not what people think he is, exactly. But she's transparent. She's straight to the point. You know, she's all for the people. You can watch videos on her. There's loads on YouTube about her where she goes around in working class around London and she talks to people. And she doesn't stand no bullshit. Like, she's straight to the point. So Kemi's got a good chance. All right, Kemi has a good chance. I don't know how it works. I'm not really into massively how it works with politics. If Keir's pushed out, is it a case that there has to be more voting to see who else comes in the Labour Party? I don't know how it works. But what I am saying is, I want to say within the 6, so I don't know if that's 6 months or 6 weeks, I believe very, very strong, okay, that there will be voting in the UK for the people. We as the people will vote. Yeah, Tim, I totally agree. I like Kemi, but Tory's messed up. Well, they're all as bad as each other, really, aren't they? But I think that if you're trying to pick the good ones out, Kemi's a good one. I think she's good. So maybe it's gone beyond what side anything is, because that's where we go wrong as humanity. Maybe it's about what's the right person. So I like what Ace99 has put here. Brits must unite and stop all their silly infighting. And it's so true. It is so true. But yeah, that is my concern, that there will be a lot of people who have come here and done properly, you know, not come in illegally, but then could lose their citizenship, even though they're working here and they're contributing to the country. Because I think that, I personally don't think far right's the way. I don't think far right is the way for the UK. I think it'll cause just as much problems as it is at the minute. Like, we're swinging more far way to the left, being too bloody soft, letting all Tom, Dick and Harry in. I think that we need to have restrictions, and it needs to be more like, you know, where people just don't swan into the Arab lands, or if you can't just swan in there to Dubai, can you? Or in Australia, you've got to do the proper paperwork and everything. So I might have to get my cards out here on the digital ID. There's going to be voting for the people. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest and straight to the point. I don't trust the voting system. I don't trust it. I think they can fiddle with it. You know what I mean? So I'm looking into this crystal ball and I'm seeing loads of figures. But there is going to be an angel intervention on this. Easter's big. within British politics, Easter is massive. And there's also, Easter's going to bring in huge news from the Vatican and from the White House. It's like it's all going to happen at the same time. Yeah, so getting back to what's happening, I've got to go back to this. Give us 2 minutes. There's so much what's coming out here. Excuse me. What takes place, what's going to come out with Virginia Giuffre's information, which is just coming in this week. Is it this week, Tuesday onwards? I feel it's going to be like an avalanche of information, what's going to come out after that. And I want to say it's not the first time, it's the second time. That's when it's all going to come out. So there's like a load of information, and then it sort of calms down a little bit, and then there's more what comes out. And it's huge. And it's going to also interconnect, I want to say, with cases from the past. And as I'm looking at this, I'm going to reel off what I'm getting. Mueller report. Epstein files. Steele dossier. Hold on to your hats, guys. All right, it's all interlinked. I've just seen Trump there and he's sitting up late at night. There's something going on at the minute here. They're showing a Space Force again, and it's all happening, you know. It's so a lot of these drones that we're seeing, I've been watching quite a lot of videos on it, and they're saying, oh, they're worried about it. It's not our drones, and they're worried it's Russia. And I would say that it possibly could be. They're not all extraterrestrial which are flying them, but it's the new technology. It's the new world. It can't be hidden for much longer. It can't. It's all going to start to come out. Plus, we're all running around with our gadgets, you know, and the new gadgets are picking up on all this technology, and we're becoming more spiritually ascended, and we know something's going on. So Andrew, what's going to come out with Andrew is quite shocking. There's going to be 2 or 3 people with egg all over their face, not just Andrew. I don't know if it's the head of MI5 or MI6. I don't know what I'm getting here. But there's a lot of information to come out, and a lot of shocks to come out, a lot of scandals to come out. Right, so we're going into this Chinese spy stuff. You can't deny signatures. And I said this a while ago as well. I said that the scandals to come out with Brexit. It's like something's going to come out with Brexit as well. I don't know why I'm getting Hong Kong. Hong Kong's coming out. Okay. Okay. There is actually some big news coming out with Nigel Farage. I know this is really awful, but like what happened to Charlie Kirk, I just think that, I think anybody who's connected with politics has to be really, really careful. And it does happen over here. I mean, we had that awful incident, what happened with, what was she called? She was a reporter, Jill Dando? She looked like Lady Di. And she was killed on her doorstep in London. You know, it does happen, you know. And then you had that girl who lived on the barge in London. Was it London or somewhere else? And she was a Labour candidate, Labour MP, and she was murdered. You know what I mean? So there's like, it goes on over here in the UK as well. Look what happened, what took place in Japan. But I don't know, I'm very drawn to Farage at the minute. He has to be careful. Okay, so there's going to be some restrictions. I know they've tried it already to do with zones where you can't drive certain vehicles in certain clean air zones, right? I mean, they didn't ask the British people, they just sneaked it in. We're a country where they just write what they want to write with the laws and just say, oh no, you can't do this now because this law, they say what they want to say. Basically, they just make the rules up as they go along. But yeah, so we've got clean air zones over here in the UK, and you get fined or you can't drive with a petrol car or a truck into certain areas, you know what I mean? And if not, they fine you. So I see them clamping down on this, and I don't know if it's a case that they're going to make this more so or bigger. So possibly watch for that. So going back to the digital ID, it's only the start of that dark agenda, right? Because what comes from that is they want to chip our children. That's what they want to do. So they want to basically chip everybody. They tried it with that didn't work. So that's, you know, because I believe that there was microchip or something in that. That didn't work. So this is their plan. This is what they want to do. It's nothing about saving the country or keeping us safe. You know, these criminals which are coming in over the borders, they're not going to take any notice, and you know that. I said, you know, and again, I have people what help us behind the scenes, and Jacqueline's one of them, and she says you need to get all your information of all your different predictions from the past and put them all together in a video. And I had said this a few years back, I don't know if any of you can remember, that there would be lots of immigrants coming over and there would be problems with borders. Can you remember when I said that? It's going to be a mass influx. And I still feel that there's something else coming in, but this is a really bad situation. I don't know if it's to do with Gaza. And as you know, that isn't over and done with, even though people said it was going to be peace. I knew it wasn't going to be peace. Okay. All fighting behind the scenes here. Okay, so it's like it's all playing out in 3D in the United Kingdom. I'm seeing black horses. I'm seeing them royal horses running through the streets of London. I'm getting the word abdication. Abdicate. Abdicate. That's what I'm saying. And I see a coronation. It's how much of it's in between 26 and 28. There's going to be a coronation. I'm seeing the film. Remember that film, 2 Weddings and a Funeral? Oh, was it 3 Weddings and a Funeral? I always get it wrong. Remember that film? There's sort of like 3 or 4 big events taking place in the UK between now and 2026. 4 weddings and a funeral. Oh my God, what am I like? Hugh Grant. 4 weddings and a funeral. I'm daft as a brush, me, aren't I? Right. So I want to spin that around and say 4 funerals and a wedding. And that's what I see taking place, right? I normally look on no more than 2 years, okay? So there may not all be in the UK. There might be some of this in the US as well. I'm hearing hymns coming. Something big. I don't know if it's to do with not Westminster, but something big's coming from Westminster. But there's something big coming from a church over in the UK. Then I'm also seeing the Vatican. Once it all starts happening and the people start dropping, oh my God, forgive me, this is a vision, this is a prophecy. Once the people start dropping, they will blame the virus, and it's in the food. It's in the food. And there's a connection with Italy. A man on a boat and I'm getting something to do with the UK. Okay, I've seen this vision. I'm going to go for it. It's dark. These are events that I'm seeing. These are different events taking place. It's dark. There's military everywhere. And they're telling her to get into the house or to go somewhere. And people are trying to go north. People are trying to go up north when this takes place. Don't go the main roads because the military will stop and block you. Go the country roads. And it reminds us of a scene from... It's definitely a scene from like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In the film, they're telling you to get out. I know it's all fiction, but it's in the film. They're telling you to get out of the place because there's something wrong with the air. But there's nothing wrong with the air. It's because the alien ETs are coming. So it's a situation like that. It's like there is an event taking place and it's for our own good that they want to protect we, but it's not what you think it is. And it's the same when it comes to some situation to do with some of that, something coming which is going to affect people's health. And it's another situation, but it's different. It's different from the last time. I'm trying to talk in code here, you know what I mean? Okay. There'll be restrictions, I see boxes, but then I also see them in the US as well. Okay, so there's more terrorist attacks to come, and I'm being shown the Jewish star. It's popping out of this crystal ball, and of course we just had the recent situation. Was it Manchester? We had the recent situation, and I feel that there's more there's more terrorist attacks to come, so we need to watch for that. And this is not about an attack. This is not no judge against Islamic people. This is about terrorists, people that should not be here. They've come in here illegally. This is a totally different thing altogether. There's going to be problems. And I'll be honest with you, as I look into this crystal ball, I think we're in a lot of trouble here, because I actually do think that there's more people that could turn against the British people, that there could be army there. I need to get the cards out here to protect we have to try and raise the vibrations in this room tonight. Outrun by the police. There is a timeline where things could get out of hand. I see a town and I see people looting. I see people kicking off and throwing things around, and that type of thing. I see problems. I see burning. I don't know if I'm looking at North London here. Oh my God, there's something to kick off, and it's got something to do with the Mayor of London. Oh my God. bring the peace back, to bring the law and order back. It's going to get far worse before it gets better. I'm also seeing marching on the streets for the NHS. What is going on with that man? Sadiq Khan, is that what he's called? I need a cup of coffee. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, where's Hazeltine? Where is she? Let me get a drink. So it's just somebody who's normally in here and she's not, or she hasn't been in for weeks. Okay. So I've got friends who are Muslim and they're peaceful people. But you're not talking, these aren't illegal immigrants. These are people who have been born here or come in properly. Do you know what I mean? Had their papers checked and stuff like that. But I'm actually very, very concerned. There's a darkness here. There's a darkness brewing. And it's about to erupt. Okay. But there's something to come out to do with Sadiq Khan, okay? And there's going to be just hell on. I want to say there's going to be hell on. There's also going to be some big information to come out to do with the Scottish Government as well. I want to give you the 26th, 27th, 28th. I've seen lots of floods down south. Lots of crazy weather. We as the Brits need to prep. Okay. The shown is the Met Police covering up. There's cover-ups. Or there's something coming out about this. I'm not saying it's true or not. It's just what the bold shown is. That someone is going to be saying that they've been covering something up. I want to say round about February, March, 27th, 28th. No later than April. There's also going to be a case, an old case, to do with a missing child, to do with information that will come out. I don't know if it's the end of the year, but no later than spring of next year. And is it April? August? April? And it's where it's a missing child will then turn into a murder inquiry. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. This is the year of the snake. And yes, this year has gone very, very fast, hasn't it, guys? But I think that we've still got a few more months left. And I think you're going to notice a lot of information to come out. So yeah, I think that when the lights go out, the information will start coming out. Switzerland's coming out for some unknown reason. Passports, information, flight logs, shocking information, exposing the list. Exposing the list, definitely to do with Maddie, yes. People are asking. There will be justice for her, yes. The year of the snake, exposing everything. Karma is here, karma is coming. There's some old energy what's been unleashed from demons, from stray spirits. There's openings in reality. It's all been unleashed. And we are all being tested. Each and every one of us is being tested. We have to stand strong and stand in faith. We must, as Brits, stay vigilant around the holiday time. And I still want to send blessings out there to the Jewish people in the UK because it's still a worry. Now, the latest is the shocking... I need to get me cards. The latest is that... Is it Sadiq Khan? Or maybe it's not him, I don't know. That the Jews were banned from celebrating something to do with football. Does anybody know about that? Let me see if I can get it up. We need to raise our higher vibrations here, yeah. The year of truth. Wait a second. Was it in Wolverhampton or Birmingham? 55 minutes ago, listen to this. Aston Villa Stadium must not be a no-go area for Jews, says Ed Miliband. So part of Birmingham can't be a no-go area for Jews, Cabinet Minister says. So obviously the mayor of some of that area, which is, it's quite a big Muslim area, have banned Jews from going to the football match. It's really wrong. From soccer matches. Police and the local council in Birmingham, England, have cowered to the mob and banned Jewish fans from attending soccer. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's a shameful, cowardly decision that comes only weeks after 2 people were killed during a terrorist attack on a synagogue in Manchester. On Yom Kippur, is that the holy day? And on Thursday, Ken McMullen, the head of the head of MI5, British spy agency, revealed that the threat of another terrorist attack in the UK was substantial, adding, sadly, the Jewish community tends to receive more than its share of interest on the share of extreme various flavours. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Anti-Semitism is running rampant in England, and the decision by the police and council to ban Jewish soccer fans in Birmingham will do nothing to stop it. Indeed, it will encourage it. Let me get my cards. I'm starting to get really paid off here. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't take sides, right? Because I was all for that. They shouldn't have been bombing Gaza with the little children. That was wrong as well. Right, so I'm going to shuffle the cards. It's terrible, isn't it? I want to say that there's going to be a fall of Sadiq Khan. There's going to be... I see him leaving. I feel he has to leave. Something's going to happen. June's big. June is massive. And it's around about the time of where the Queen's birthday was. In the UK for 2026, it's going to be big. What's happening? Yeah, so I feel we're all, not just Jews, I think us Brits, all of we, well, you know what I mean, like Christians, all different religions, we all need to be careful. All of we need to be careful, because I'm very concerned here. I don't know why they're giving us 3 weeks on something that's going to take we into I want to say it's going to take we into November, isn't it? There's a round celebration or running up to the holiday time, you know, like the Christmas period when people go shopping, that type of thing. There's going to be problems there. I see something to do with around London. I'm also getting Liverpool, Birmingham. I'm getting possibly something to do with London, and I'm also seeing something to do with an airport as well. There's more problems to come with an airport. I'm not saying this to fearmonger, because I do feel we are protected. Okay, but the full card, when the full card comes out, it does mean that there is problems, but it also means that it's like the man in the story of the tarot, the man gets to the end of his life, he loses everything. Then after the Fool comes the Star, which is the best card in the pack. There is huge information to come out, and it's definitely connected around Parliament. So when the Lovers cards come out, I've got to do that because you know what they're like. They get censorish. When the Lovers cards come out there, and that's my Parliament card, there is something big coming out to do with Parliament. That's terrorism. That's like people who are unhealed, who think wrong. But the core of it is, it's going on in this country. And it's going on within the mosques, right? Now, without saying names, because I can't say names, because it's people that I know and I love. But somebody, I don't know if he's watching, was connected with the mosque and would go there with his father and now doesn't. And he said that they were training them from a very young age to think radical in these mosques. Now, I'm not saying all mosques are like that, but I'm talking about this particular mosque in Newcastle was doing it. So what I'm saying to you is that it is going on, and basically it's going on in our country, underneath our noses. And I think that then we've got the problem with coming over the borders as well, where they're not being checked. So I would say that at the moment that we are very unsafe. And you don't have to be a psychic to say that. We are very unsafe at the moment in the UK. So we have to stay vigilant. We have to stay vigilant. And there's loads of different ways you can look at this card here, the Page of Swords. But look at this. I mean, the Page of Swords is normally a young soul, but he's got no arm. Look at this. But then you've got the hymn. And you've got the green fields there. Within the green hills far away, there lies a city wall. So we could say that as like patriots of England, you know. So you've got radicalisation going on. You've got a big problem here. You've got radicalisation where they've just allowed it to happen. Yeah? And then you've got, and there's many, the mosques are very, very powerful as well. But then you've also got the borders, that is a massive, massive problem, the borders. And then I was lying thinking this the other night as well. So if the borders are wide open and they're letting any Tom, Dick or Harry come over the border, what street drugs are they allowing to come in? Let me pull some cards out on that, because they might not be checking that either. That might be getting seeped through like you do in... Oh, that's great. So Debbie's put Lou, Hazeltine is watching you on YouTube. She's called me laughing. Oh, that's good. Thank God. Thank God, Hazeltine. We're worried. Now, what was I saying? What was I saying there? Oh, it was the drugs. So I think there's a lot going on that it's not talked about. It needs to be talked about. I mean, over here, you've got that many Turkish barbers. No word of a lie. I'm going to say it. I'm not, I'm sick of being politically correct. So you go down the street in Newcastle or just anywhere. It's all over the joint. And there's about, on one street, there'll be about 10 Turkish barbers. How are they making their money? They're not making it. They're not making it through cutting people's hair. These are cover-ups for money laundering, right? I think that there's a lot going on to do with money laundering in this country and all sorts of things. You've also got the Chinese mafia over here run the show. You know what I mean? And it's happening. It's really, really happening. You know what I mean? But if you don't live amongst it, you don't know about these things. So God knows what's going on in London. Do you know what I mean? So I think that the borders is just adding to the problem. But I also feel that I'm not saying with everybody, but I think there's certain people here who are dark individuals could be organising people to come over the borders to cause more problems. I think it's quite a big problem. It's quite a big problem. The only way this is going to be sorted, and I've had Enoch Powell. He's come to us from spirit, and it's saying like this. He predicted all of this would happen, but then he was classed a racist. All right, but it's like, what did our grandfathers and great grandfathers fight for when this is all happening now? And I think what we've got here is a massive, massive problem, which is about to get far worse before it gets better. Far worse. So they're going to become radical. If the Labour's left in, they're going to become, well, if he's left in, because I really don't think it's down to the Labour Party, because I think a lot of the Labour Party are against what Keir Starmer is saying. So, but if he's left to his own devices, you'd have we're all tracked. He's part of the problem. But I'm also getting, and I'm not saying this is for all police, but I think you've got a lot of the police force over here in the UK who also need to be retrained, because they're also taking the sides of the enemy as well, and they're not taking the side of the British people. So when you've got grooming gangs, this is like what Tommy Robinson has gone on about, which is being allowed to take place, and they're covering it up, and Met Police are covering it up, and they're all interconnected, right? It's just, it's a massive, huge thing. Now that's like men in uniform are connected with this. It's not just to do, I'm getting backhanders money, backhanded money coming in here. A lot of lies and deceit. But this is not to do with everybody. This is to do with certain people. I'm not talking about the odd Bobby on the beat here, but I'm talking about people high up. People high up within the police forces, what they are told to say to the Bobbies on the beat. Because why is there only certain people getting arrested and other people aren't getting arrested? Yeah, grooming gangs here. It's massive. And it's going, well, there's the thing what was going on over here in Newcastle. That's them coming over, isn't it? It's not a case that that's like, I mean, that picture there is shown as like a lady with a shawl on and a child. It's not like that, but it's not ladies with children and families. These are all young men fighting age, what's coming in on the boats. And they're not getting checked. When's it going to stop? Let's ask the courts. Bring back the old bill, the bill what used to be, the men in blue. Now it's the men in black. Policemen aren't dressed in blue anymore. They're not the boys in blue anymore. They're the men in black. They're actually the whole... Yeah, the men in black now, aren't they? Sort of fits the description, really. Need to bring back the days of the Sweeney. You know, remember the Sweeney on the television? When's all this going to stop? This border problem. You can't eradicate all the evil off the planet. Unfortunately, you can't. And we're living in very biblical times. The veil's very thin. So we're all being puppeted. I've talked about this before. Between good and bad. You know, what channels? It's all a test. This is school, and then we'll go home. But you've got... Some people are just here to destruct and cause problems. But I think when it comes to people in certain schools and mosques being radicalised and the governments and the police can't do anything, we've got a problem. And then you've got all this woke stuff going on within the schools as well. But they can't seem to get it past the church schools over here. I mean, alone, I've got, just where I live, not far away, there's a church school. And he stands no nonsense, this vicar, right? And he's got, it was like a scene from Father Ted. I've talked about this before, where this guy, this queen, he had gone all dressed up. And they were doing the rounds. They had gone to schools over on the Isle of Man, and they were teaching little babas in the schools how to put a condom on with a banana. I mean, come on. You don't tell little ones this, okay? It's just not on. And there was hell on, and the mothers were kicking off. This was on the Isle of Man. So anyway, they had turned up these queens, men dressed as women. They had turned up at the church school, but it's a high school, okay? So they had gone in and they had let them in. And of course, then he realised, the vicar of the school, and it was like a scene from Father Ted, and he was chasing them off the land with a great big cross. You're talking a massive friggin' 7-foot cross running across the land saying, "Get off my land." Chasing them. Honestly, it would have been so funny to have that on video, wouldn't it? With these queens running and the vicar running with a great big cross. But that's what happened. So yeah, I think that they can't get away with it with the woke stuff in certain schools, but they're still pushing. But when it comes to, unfortunately, you've got some schools where they are getting away with it and they are radicalising children's minds and stuff like that. Can you remember that? So yeah, I think it all comes down to us as parents just staying vigilant, really. It's not like it used to be. It's not like the 90s now, guys. It's a different world. You know, my kids, when they were little boys, they could play out with their bikes and the kids in the street, kids on the block. You can't see that now. It's not like that now, you know. It's too dangerous. Well, especially in the cities. Right, okay. Trouble on the borders. Yeah, there's going to be problems. A woman, a dark-haired woman, which I think this is Kemi. I could be wrong. I'm not going to say names at the minute. Will be the one who will stand in Parliament, no nonsense woman. I'm sure I've said this before, and she will be the one will make our border safe again. I think you're going to be very shocked. I'm going to pull some cards out on Nigel Farage in a minute. Okay. Nigel Farage, right. Keir Starmer, I feel, will go down, and there's more shocks to come out to do with RENT, boys. There's more shocks to come out there. But at the end of the day, I don't feel he's going to be in power for much longer. A lot of lies and deceit to come out. I mean, you can actually watch it, you can get it up on YouTube, like Parliament, or on the television. And she has something to say every week to him, and she's really good how she puts him in his place and that. Kemi. Watch for this woman rising in the UK. Right, okay. So we've got the moon, we've got deceit, we've got it all coming out. So this is the border problem, which what I was asking about. I think it's going to expose a lot. And I've talked about this before, where I do feel it's like every person what's coming in over the border, they're getting paid from somewhere. I don't know if it's from the EU or somewhere else. They're getting paid. This is what I say, an exchange. It's like human trafficking right underneath our noses. And they're doing it right in front of where they don't care. They're just doing it. They're just doing it. There's the hounds. You've got like the horse and the hounds, of the UK. The deceit. So this is not by chance that they're just jumping on dinghies and coming over. They've been told they can. And that they're given all these promises. And I think it's got a lot to do with voting as well. There's the Scorpio. But the Scorpio can be the card of deceit as well. Okay. Everything's trickery. I mean, even though you've got that in the sky there, woohoo, yahoo! Like, you've got like the drones going on, but it's man's behind that as well. There's another event to take place, and it's to do with mass migration, and it's more to do with danger, people trying to get out because something's happening. There's something else to take place, and it's coming in from two different directions. So this goes a bit beyond the UK. A lot to happen between now and May of 2026, okay? There is a man who is a Muslim. Or is he Indian? No, he's Muslim. But it's not that bloody Sadiq Khan. Anyway, there is a younger man to come forth. He's quite slim. And he's a fair man. He's a man who will bring hope. So I don't know if he's going to replace that Sadiq Khan or it's somebody else who's going to come in for the Muslim people. But he's somebody who will not take sides. He'll also be there for the English people as well. All right? So watch for this guy. He's a younger politician. Watch for him coming forth. I'm looking on within the next 18 months to 2 years. So he seems like he's a good guy. Pull some more I've got an itch. So the plan is the dark plan. There's different pathways. We all end up in the same place in the end. We're trying to get out of the land of Nod, by the way. We've been in there a long time. But we're trying to get out, we're trying to, or Atlantis, we're trying to escape this matrix, But the dark plan is that they want to chip our children, the babies, That he's actually a communist person who's running our country at the moment. It's a feminine energy what's going to take place to sort this mess out. And she has to be strong. And I've said this before, she has to have a Thatcher edge about her to put up with a lot of bitchiness goes on in Parliament, you know what I mean? A lot of bitchiness. Okay, so that's Farage. So Farage may have good points, but I don't think he's good for the country. That's my opinion, all right? Because I think, like I said before, you've got a lot of people who've been here, they've come in legally. Like I've got a lot of clients who are Polish. Polish people are very hard-working people, do you know what I mean? And people who've come in from Latvia, all over the place, okay? And they've come in and they've contributed to the country, okay? And they will be affected if this man gets in. I'm getting that really, really strong. It's not a good situation. But what I've got coming out next to him is the Tower card. So I think that there's some things to come out with him as well. Like I say, it's the same penny, two different sides. That's the Parliament card again. But he's there to say his bit, say his opinion. But there's some shocks to come out with him, Nigel Farage. There really, really is. Let's see what it could be. We've got the World card here. The World is coming in. The World and the Empress. It might just be a case that there's just not enough. Just quite not enough, and she gets in. But I'm telling you now, there's going to be voting for the British people. So I think there could be some voting to do with this bloody digital ID thing. They've tried this before. There'll be many arrests. It reminds us a little bit of when it all was kicking off to do with the vaccine thing, okay? And people weren't conforming. Remember in Australia when people were getting arrested and stuff like that? I'm getting a similar situation, but this is going to be on a bigger scale. There's going to be mass kickoffs. And it's just for the world to see what is going on over here and, you know, what they're trying to do. It reminds us of that film, you know, like Welcome to the Island. It's as if like they want to track everybody so then they can bump them off when they're ready to. But it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. There'll be kickoffs. There'll be change. They'll try it. But I think there'll be enough people to push back here. That's what I predict. That's what I feel. And plus there's going to be a clause in the law to get it stopped. I can see Kemi standing as Prime Minister. Tony Blair is massively behind this. Pull some cards out. There could be a crash in the economy, and that's to do with the big thing I was talking about before the Great Trade Bridge comes in. Interesting. Next Wednesday is interesting for big news. Trump's going to make some big news, big changes, big things coming in here. Keep seeing knights and swords, and it's the Knights Templar, as I'm saying, with the England cross. I keep getting that hymn. When the green hills far away, there lies a city wall. Interesting. And then the other hymn is Old Jerusalem. Jerusalem? I need to get the lyrics to that. I really do believe we're going to have to stay vigilant between now and Christmas. What was that hymn called? Is it Jerusalem? Jerusalem. So I want to say we have to prep. We have to stay vigilant. Have enough cash on you if you can, just in case the hole in the walls go down. Like I say, the taxi driver told me on Saturday that he had tried everywhere, and all the holes in the walls, and his friends were telling us that they had gone to different banks and they said that there was no cash. How do you spell Jerusalem? Bloody hell, I'm terrible, me. Like the hymn. Lyrics. I'm not going to sing it because oh well. I may as well say this. Knights Templars have been led back into the Vatican. Oh, interesting. And did those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains green? This chokes me. Don't ask me why, right? And was the Holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? And did the constance divine shine forth upon our clouded hills? And was Jerusalem built here among those dark satanic mills? Bring me my bow of burning gold, bring me my arrow of desire, bring me my spear, or clouds unfold, bring me my chariot of fire. I will not cease from mental fight. This is for us Brits. Nor shall my sword sleep in my hand. And this is for everybody. This is a message for everybody around the world. Because we've all got a little bit of Brit in, haven't we? Or warrior in you. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land. That's the composure there. When I hear that film, I get a lump in here, and I don't know why. I just go all. They normally sing it sometimes the night of the proms. I want to just pull some more cards out. It was called composer Hubert Parry. Interesting. And did those feet in ancient time walk upon England's mountains green? And was the Holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? Yeah. Why am I saying the Templar's cross? We're now a multicultural country, the UK, a bit like the United States, just a mini version. We're a tiny country. We're a tiny little island. We need to all protect what we've got and who's here. We're all multicultural, but we have to protect our children's children. We have to protect our borders and stop all the crime coming in, the murderers, the traffickers, everything. The drugs, what's killing my kids. So going back to the leader of the MI5, I think he's a good guy. I think he's got his work cut out, and I really do see some high-tech sort of technology that we do not know is surveilling this country. It really, really is. They have to think how they're going to bring it up to date, but not make it awful for us, but at the same time catch these criminals which are here. But then they also, I got the feeling from the head of MI5 that he wasn't happy with what the government's doing, letting all the Tom, Dick and Harrys coming in, because it's just making their job even harder. It really, really is. It's the pushback of all our ancient ancestors coming out through us. And to all the lords and the ladies of these ancient lands, we are all standing strong, standing as patriots. And because we're multicultural now, you've got different nationalities here, from African to Muslims, the good guys, to Jews, to Christians, to English patriots, to all. We're a force to be reckoned with. We're not going to stand any shit. We're not going to stand any nonsense. We're going to stand strong. It's trafficking. What is coming over the border? They are paid. They're getting paid for this. And it goes out of the UK, and it's got something to do with the EU or to do with other countries out there. There's the angel over our borders. Looks like she's filing her nails, doesn't she? She's not filing her nails. There she is. It's all about money. And like I say, you're going to, like the next thing I'm doing, it's going to be a bit like a sort of, not a documentary, but it's something that I'm going to really look into, okay? To put all the pieces together is a video that I'm putting together now. So watch for it. Come in. But it's going to, it's the mess. It's the mess. It's a lot more shocking, a lot more darker than we would ever know. Yeah. So maybe it's these people coming over, maybe they're being used as well, do you know what I mean? Used for the promised land, used for get your benefits, get this, get that, everything that you need. I've even heard that they're getting paid to have free driving lessons. I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? There's us as Brits and we're really struggling. And driving lessons aren't cheap, do you know what I mean? But maybe they're being some sort of, used as well. There's like the government we know and the government we don't know, and there's a very dark side in the UK, and it's about, I think it's pulling the strings. He's just the puppet master, Keir Starmer, and I'm going to leave that one with you for the night. I'm going to leave that one with you, see if we can get something positive here. She keeps coming out. Because, I work with the different decks and that. Queen of Pentacles. Is it £35 a lesson in the UK for... Or unless you buy block bookings as well, isn't it? Free cars, free televisions, widescreen televisions, you name it. I am telling you now, where is she? Kemi. I can't even put it on to show you. I'm going to find a corker of a one where she was going at him the other week. And she really wrapped him up, like with what she was saying to him. She put him in his place like a naughty boy. Like that school teacher putting him right in his place. Those feet in ancient time walk upon England's mountains green. Kemi. There she is. This lass might be the one who might put it all right. There she is. No nonsense woman. Because I can't think of anybody else at the minute, and she goes around her constituency and she's pretty good with, she talks to the people and that. She gets right to the level of people. What's this? Kemi says she no longer identifies as a Nigerian. She's a British woman. So she's from Nigeria. She's got a little family. There's her with her girls. Some fairground. But you want to hear her go in Parliament? I'll do some editing afterwards, and I'll link the video what she's like with her in Parliament. So I hope you have enjoyed that tonight, guys. A bit of a strange one, but it's something I felt I needed to look into. Just watch for a roller coaster of information to come out. And she was born in London, but she's from her heritage is from Nigeria, yeah. So she's a London lass, really. She's a strong woman, and that's what we need. We need that. Maybe it's the good bits of Thatcher. I'm not talking about where she stopped the milk for the kids and that. But the good bits of Thatcher, because Thatcher was a clever woman. She wouldn't have stood all this nonsense. Maybe she's sort of that energy is working through Kemi. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you have helped that, and like that, should I say, and may peace be with you all. And I'm off to make a cup of cocoa, hot chocolate, and I'll be on again soon. Yeah, she's a Brit and she's an Iron lady, and that's possibly what we need. Hope you have enjoyed that. Until the next time, may the force be with you all. Good night, guys. Stay safe. Stay vigilant and prep. And I'll see you again soon. May the force be with you all.